Just a disclaimer before we start this video, I will be speaking specifically about Formula One in the context of Gen Z and kind of the rise in its popularity within that specific generation in the past 2 or 3 years, just because it's a topic I'm genuinely just interested in, and like my entire feed right now is F1, and like everyone and their moms I know have been posting about it on their stories on Instagram. And so I know it's always been a huge sport and very popular, but we will be speaking specifically about marketing towards Gen Z. A decade ago, Formula One had a problem. Its audience was aging, the fan base was shrinking, and to many young people it felt complicated, exclusive, and frankly a little boring. Fast forward to today, Formula One is one of the fastest growing sports among Gen Z. Drivers have become influencers, race weekends feel like a cultural event, and millions of young fans who couldn't tell you the difference between soft and hard tires are suddenly waking up at 4 a.m. to watch the Grand Prix. So how did a 75-year-old motorsport reinvent itself for a new generation? The answer isn't just racing, it's marketing. For years, Formula One relied on a fairly traditional sports model: broadcast the races, sell tickets, attract sponsors. For a long time, that worked, but consumer behavior was changing. Gen Z grew up in a completely different media environment. They're not waiting for content, they're scrolling for it. They're not loyal to television schedules, they're loyal to platforms. And that's where Formula One found itself falling behind. The product wasn't necessarily the problem. The way it was being marketed was. Product-oriented organizations focus on what they're selling. Market-oriented organizations focus on what the consumers actually want. Formula One needed to stop thinking like the racing series and start thinking like a media brand. Sometimes growth doesn't come from changing the product. It comes from changing how people experience it. In 2019, Formula One made one of the most important marketing decisions in its modern history. It partnered with Netflix to launch Drive to Survive. The genius of Drive to Survive wasn't that it explained Formula One, it humanized it. Because people don't fall in love with statistics, they fall in love with stories. The documentary transformed drivers from athletes into characters. Teams became rivals, race weekends became narratives. Emotional branding focuses on creating emotional connections rather than simply promoting features. And suddenly, Formula One wasn't about lap times. It was about ambition, pressure, failure, redemption. The fastest way to make people care about a product is to make them care about the people behind it. For years, many sports organizations treated social media as a promotional tool. Formula One treated it as part of the product. Integrated marketing communications is the idea that every touchpoint should reinforce the brand experience. For Gen Z, those touchpoints aren't just race broadcasts. They're TikToks, memes, podcasts, Instagram posts, and YouTube clips. And Formula One embraced all of it. Fans weren't just following teams anymore. They were following people. Drivers like Lando Norris and Lewis Hamilton became personalities as much as athletes. This created parasocial relationships, a psychological phenomenon where audiences feel personally connected to public figures. And these relationships are incredibly powerful marketing tools. People often enter a community because of a product, but they stay because of people. Perhaps the most interesting shift wasn't happening on the track. It was happening off it. Formula One expanded beyond motorsports into fashion, entertainment, music, gaming, and social media culture. Race weekends became lifestyle events. Attending a Grand Prix wasn't just about watching a race. It became a social experience. Experiential marketing focuses on creating memorable experiences that consumers want to share, and Formula One created exactly that. This experience became content, and the content became marketing. Every fan photo, every race day TikTok, every Instagram story created free promotion for the brand. And the most effective marketing often comes from consumers, not companies. Formula One's rise among Gen Z wasn't accidental. It aligned perfectly with how younger audiences engage with content. Consumer culture theory suggests people don't just consume products for functionality. They consume them to express identity. Supporting a team, following a driver, attending races, even creating content around Formula One became a way for fans to signal who they are. Formula One also built something every successful modern brand needs: community. Fans weren't simply watching races, they were participating in conversations, creating memes, debating strategy, sharing reactions, and building culture. Formula One didn't suddenly become popular because racing changed. The cars didn't fundamentally change. The rules didn't magically become easier. What changed was the marketing. Formula One's Gen Z success story can be explained through storytelling marketing, emotional branding, parasocial relationships, integrated marketing communications, experiential marketing, community marketing, and consumer culture theory. Together, these transformed Formula One from a niche sporting competition into a global cultural brand. Formula One stopped selling racing. It started selling stories. And in today's attention economy, stories are often the most valuable product of all. Hey, I'm Lou, I'm a marketing student, and if you enjoyed this video, check out the other ones I've done and let me know what marketing case study we should break down next. Bye!